right, I believe we are live here. Welcome to the Create Content That Converts live. This is something we do every week here. So welcome. Let's just dig right in. So I hear the most often, I hear from almost all the online business owners and entrepreneurs that I talk with that their social media is not helping them make more sales. It's not creating more sales. And they're out there and they're doing all this work, but they can't find enough people. They're not finding enough people. They're not finding the right buyers. And whether they're selling a lower priced product or a really premium price package of something, they are still struggling to make those sales. The sales are not flowing. And all the work that they're putting into creating that content and sharing that content with the world, they feel like they're wasting their time. And I get it. Hey, Marla, great to see you. I get it. I've been there when it doesn't seem like it's worth putting in all the time and energy. It makes it really hard to show up consistently when you're really not getting the response that you need, right? When you're not seeing that all of that energy is adding cash to your pocket or growing your bank account, it makes you feel like, yeah, this is not effective. I completely understand where you're coming from, and I have been there. That's what we're talking about today. I'm talking about one social media mistake that's costing you sales. And I'm talking about it because it was costing me sales, right? That's why, our businesses can't survive. Our businesses will not survive if we don't have sales. We can't survive on the occasional sale. We need to have sales regularly if we're to be real business owners. And that's what I want for you. So this week we're uncovering that. And it's one of the biggest mistakes that I see almost all entrepreneurs and business owners make. And maybe there are different reasons for this. You may not have the same reason I had, but I'll share the reason why I was making this mistake and how I fixed it. But when you fix this mistake, it's proven. There's been research. It's proven that this can increase your sales up to 80%, 83% to be precise. And in truth, this was what let me double my income. And no lies, this can do it for you too, especially when I tell you the story, you're gonna be like, really? That was it? Yes, that was it. All right. So would you like to learn? I want to see yeses from everyone that's here. Would you like to learn what that is and how you can use this one tool, make this one adjustment that almost creates magic-like results? It really is like magic when you have the formula right. So I want to see the yeses in the chat while I tell everybody who I am. I am Shauna St. James. I am the founder of Women Embracing Wealth. One of the products I have is Mega Selling Artists. And right now you're here in the group that's called Create Content That Converts. And we are about helping online business owners and entrepreneurs raise their prices so that they can earn six figures. I do not want all of us out here that have created these amazing things that we need to get in people's hands. I want the struggle to stop. And so that's what I do. I don't want you to be out there feeling like a desperate, pushy sales freak just so that you can have a successful business. You deserve to have the successful business and really life that you've been dreaming of without all of that hassle. Hey, Pat, great to see you. Thanks for being here. So as you're here, as you're arriving, say hello. Say hello. Also, if you are watching this in replay because you have not been able to join us live, I get that. I understand lots of people have other things going. We even have people that are across, the other side of the world, and it's not easy for you to be here. So say hello by putting hashtag replay if you're watching this in replay. That way I know that you were able to watch the content and get the value here. If you stay to the end, I do have a free bonus gift for you today. I always like to give you things that are going to help you apply and implement what we talk about here so that you can start getting the results. I don't want it to just be a thing where you listen to me and you go off and it's not, it goes in one ear out the other and it's not helpful to you. This is going to help you actually implement the tool and training that we're talking about. And I'll tell you how you can get that at the end. So this is the only place that I know of online, and there may be other places, I just don't know about them, where we talk about the Sales Psychology Advantage, where you get training on the Sales Psychology Advantage. And what is that about? It is really the secret to understanding how the human mind works so that you can create content and that you can create sales friendly systems, strategies and systems that work with how the human mind works. It makes it so much easier for your customers to make buying decisions, and it is how you capture their attention. When you have the Sales Psychology Advantage, it's like you're speaking to their souls, because you understand how all the wiring works in here and what people need to be motivated to take action. And that is what I love doing. It's really about making sure that you have everything in your backpack to make it up to the summit, your goal. Hey, Mitzi, great to see you. So let me explain really quick for those of you who are new, and we do have some new members. Welcome to our new members. I see us, the entrepreneurs, the business owners that are out here working and slaving online. We are like the hiker that has our backpack full of gear, and we are on a trek, a big expedition to the summit. The summit is whatever goal you have set for yourself in your business, really your life, not just your business, but whatever goal that is at the summit. It is our job to make our way up the summit. We have to walk this trail, hike this trail to get where we want to go. And it's not an easy trail. That's why I call it the summit, right? And we have all kinds of trail blockers that get in our way, whether it's mindset, whether it's the fact that we don't understand strategy, or we don't understand how to write copy or marketing systems. There are all kinds of things that get in our way. And we need to remove those trail blockers, bust through the trail blockers every step of the way if we are going to make it to the top, to our summit. And what's in your backpack is the key to making it, because everything that's in your backpack is all the gear that you need to get you to the summit. We have to have all the right gear. And one of those is what we're talking about today. All right, so here's a little background. I'm going to share a little bit about really how this tool changed my life and changed my business. And I'll admit, I still get a little passionate about it. It's still very emotional for me how effective and how big this change was for me. So forgive me if I get a little a little teary-eyed, but for years I was out there posting and posting and posting. I was trying to create an online business as well as doing all the other things that I was told to do. I was an artist. I was showing up as an artist. And for years, I really had very little engagement, really not a lot going on my social media, even though I was out there building it. I wasn't getting hundreds of comments. I wasn't getting lots of DMs. I wasn't getting people who were wanting to have conversations with me. And when I was able to put this tool, integrate this tool into my sales system and strategy, it felt like everything changed overnight. And it sort of did change overnight. It, from 1 month to the next, it was completely different. It did not take long for me to get traction with this tool. I did have everything else in place. We'll talk about that. But so along with using social media, I was doing all the other stuff too. I was traveling around the country doing national art shows, because at the time, like I said, I was doing art. I was curating and coordinating shows. I had a couple galleries that I was working with. I had the professional website. Most of you probably have the same thing. You have websites where your products are living, or you've created, sales funnels that you have a place for people to get your product. It's not that it's elusive. Maybe you haven't created it yet and you're not at that stage, but when you are ready to create it, you still have to use this one tool to get it out there. So whether you have all that stuff done or not, it's going to make it impossible if you don't have all the other stuff. So, and I knew that. I knew that. So I was taking all the courses and coaching programs I could find. I knew that I was not a good business person, right? I had been a stay-at-home single mom with 3 kids, not stay at home. I was working part-time, but divorced after 17 years, found myself suddenly a single parent trying to figure it all out. And I had no business experience. So I was taking marketing courses and developing, on how to develop campaigns. I was learning copywriting. I was learning how to build funnels and build sales pages, like the framework of a sales page, the framework of how how you deliver an offer or a pitch, how you do stacks, how do you do bonuses, how do you know what people really want? All of those things I had to learn, and along with the social media, right? So I was taking classes on how to be effective on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and a lot of those things I was struggling to keep up with. Hey, hello, Janice, struggling to keep up with it all. Felt like I was spreading myself too thin, that I really wasn't being effective anywhere, to be honest. I wasn't seeing the sales. Hence, that's why I'm talking about this today, because I don't want you to be in the same position. Or if you are in the same position, I want you to get out of it. I was even paying for ads. Now, I'll be honest, I still use a professional sales, Facebook ads guru. I did not spend much time or much money making my mistakes on Facebook ads. It was a couple $1,000s where I was like, wow, this is really hard. Running Facebook ads isn't as easy as I thought. And I got help, and that changed that. But even having the Facebook ads and the miracles that she was working, the ROI, it was still very expensive to make the sales happen, right? So my ROI was pretty low based on the amount of money I had to spend to get these leads to be able to convert them. Mindset coaching, you name it. Seriously, I learned all those things. And those are all the things that I help my clients with today. I love helping clients with that. Not Facebook ads, though. I do not do Facebook ads. But here's the thing. Here it is. Here is the golden nugget of the day. If you hang out with Molly Mahoney, she calls things, the nuggets, the gold nuggets. The social media mistake that I was making that was costing me my sales, that when I got this right, after I had everything else right, everything else was aligned. When I added this into my sales strategy and system, I was able to double my income. I had to stop hiding behind my business. It couldn't be the content. It had to be me. The income game changer was me stepping out in front of my business and becoming the face of my business. Let's break that down, right? Becoming the face of my business. That's what I want for you. You need to become the face of your business. This is where I see a lot of online entrepreneurs getting stuck. It is about the product, but no one's going to buy a product without a person. People buy people, not products. I know you've heard that. I know you heard that. So how did it happen? Well, first of all, let me tell you why this is such a big deal for me, because I do run into a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners that have this same struggle. And that's the only reason why I'm sharing it with you today. Otherwise, it's something I really don't like to talk about. But here it is. Okay. Divorced, single mom, 3 kids, still all in school, right? Elementary school to junior high, high school. Terrified of being alone. I never liked being the center of attention. My entire life I spend finding ways to function and do great things and accomplish great things by staying in the background. I never wanted to be the person that was in the front, that was leading. Now, I would be the worker bee, and I would do everything for someone else's dream or cause, right? Whether it was a boss or whether it was a big charity event, whatever that was, I loved staying behind the scenes. That's where I preferred to work. And I realized that doing what I always did, functioning like that, was not going to get me the results I wanted. It wasn't going to get me where I wanted to go, because now it was my dream. It was my dream to have a business, a successful business that supported me, that I could thrive on, that I could depend on, that there was no one else in front, right? I couldn't put anyone else in front. It was about me. And it was hard because being behind the scenes is where I knew I was competent. I knew it felt safe. It felt comfortable to never have to be the one out front. I could just go do my work, get all this stuff done, make magic happen, and step back and watch it all, but not have to be the person that everyone wanted to talk to after the successful event or whatever, right? I learned I had to take the lead. How many of you can identify with that? You have worked several out you're making this transition. You're making the adjustment between working and building and helping support someone else's cause, right? Their mission, their business, and you having to step up and own it for yourself. How many of you have felt that it's anxiety, right? It's anxiety of like, oh my gosh, now I'm in charge. I have to know what to do every step of the way. All of the decisions are up to me. That's where you find yourself when you know that everything stops with you. And a lot of us have been programmed almost our entire lives, honestly, that we're not empowered to be the person who makes the executive decision. We're not the person who makes the final call. We have to create entire new neural pathways, entirely new systems inside our brain. We have to rewire our brains to be able to function like that and feel good. Yes, indeed. Right? We're working on building systems we've never accessed before. Okay, that's a topic for another day. I won't get off on that tangent, but as an artist, my dream was I wanted to make a positive impact and on the world, not just a few people, that I ran into at shows, not just a few people who knew me or knew of me through a friend. I wanted to do something that I felt called to do, and that was make a big impact, make a difference in the world. I couldn't do that by staying in the background, by frankly staying small. I never really looked at it like that, but that's what I was doing. I was keeping myself small. Can any of you hear what I'm saying? So much of your experience I can relate to. Thank you, Pat. I'm telling you, it is more common than you know. You are not alone. You are not alone. I want to give you that support. So I knew that I was going to have to make big team changes, big changes. We're talking monumental changes. I couldn't be the same person to get where I wanted to go. I had to really change who I was. And the only reason I was able to do any of it was because I had a bigger calling. It wasn't just about me wanting money. It wasn't about me wanting to create art. And, I didn't want it to stack up in my house, but that is not what it was about. It still drives me every day. It's that irresistible pull, that calling that you cannot explain. It's kind of unexplainable, and it's feels weird to other people. It's something other people can't understand. And a lot of this, that's true for anyone who feels they're going to fulfill their calling, right? For someone who, let's go to Michael Jordan or any of those people, they're calling to be the absolute best at basketball. Can you identify with that? Probably not unless you have the same calling. It's something he can't explain, though. He just has the drive to do it. That's how much you have to want this. That's how much you're going to need to compel you to keep you motivated and inspired to move forward, because this is not easy. What we're doing is not easy. Can anyone else say yes? Yes. If you are feeling that drive, I want to see #drive. in the comments. That's how I'll know that you identify with this. So if what we were doing was easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would do it. If being a professional tennis player, I just, the US Open was on just a couple of weeks ago. If being in the finals at the US Open was easy, everyone would be doing it. What we're doing is hard. And that's okay. We just need to have the right gear in our backpacks, the right tools to make it possible for us to achieve our dreams. If we don't have all the right gear, it's just not going to happen. It's like going on a trek to Mount Everest without having your, all your camping gear and your oxygen and all the things you need. You would never try to do that without being fully equipped. Same thing for what we're doing here. So you're convicted. I'm seeing drive. You're convicted. You know that you want this too. And that's where I was. I was in the same place you are. You know you want this, but you know that some things are going to have to change. So I knew I couldn't hide anymore. It didn't happen overnight, but this is how I made the change, how I became the face of my business. So at first, even putting a photo of myself anywhere on my social media was a huge accomplishment because, other than that little bitty circle profile thing, that shows up on Instagram and Facebook and whatever, that was the only picture of me anywhere on any of my social media. So that was the first place I went. I thought, okay, well, I can put photos of myself in my content here and there. I can be part of my business. That was like the first hump, right? Super anxiety producing. And it helped. It helped a little. I was getting a few more people having conversations and engaging, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to make a change in my sales. And I knew that I was going to have to show up as a living person, right? When you look at all the successful influencers and people who are out here successful online, they're showing up as people, as real people. They're not hiding behind just a lot of content and posts. So I started recording videos, and I'm telling you, recording videos was challenging in itself. Like getting to where you could look at the camera, and think about what you were talking. And I had to film things over and over and over again because it wasn't easy. I had to learn how to do that. And then I would upload those videos, right? And things started rolling. But here's when the game changer happened. Becoming the face of my business was about showing up live, showing up as a human, being real in your business page, in your Facebook groups, in your Instagram, on your YouTube. Can't do it in Pinterest yet, but all the different places, on your personal profile. It is not easy, but this is the tool that's going to change it for you. Showing up and becoming the face of your business, doing live videos. All the fancy produced, edited videos are fantastic. The reels, the stories, they are super helpful, but they should come from a live. They should start from a live first, right? You got to film yourself on that camera and then post it, or just be live. So our clients who are learning how to do this, they're meeting new customers, they're making new connections, they're starting to show up as leaders, and they're starting to get some traction in their businesses. They're starting to see that when they post the right content, when they show up live, people are interested. People want to know how you do what you do, what it is you do that can make their lives better. That's what they want to know. Show up and give it to them. Now, there's a lot of other stuff you have to have in place for this to be the game changer. You do have to have the right copy, right? You have to have the content out there that speaks to your people's soul, which means you have to know your customer. You have to know where to find them. You have to know where to put your content, when to put your content, how to say your content. There are a lot of other things, but this is the key. Showing up as the face of your business is going to be the first place you are going to start seeing some changes. We're building rapport. We're showing up as leaders, people that they can trust. They know, like, and trust. That's how you're going to start making sales. People need to know that they can trust you. They need to know you. They need to like you, and they know that they can trust you. So are you setting yourself up to fail by not being out here as the face of your business? And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I don't even have pictures of myself with my kids and my family because I hated being in front of a camera. I would do everything I could not to have a picture taken of me. As a kid, I missed the school picture day and I wouldn't go to the makeup picture days. This is a deep-seated reprogramming that we had to accomplish here. You can do it. You can do it. If you want to know how you can do it and you need help with that, of course, I would love to help you with that. That's what we do in Summit Seekers. This is the kind of stuff that we accomplish. But more than anything, I just want you to get past your trail blockers, whatever those are, to be able to get where you want to go. I want you to have this tool in your backpack, and you're not going to really have the success you deserve without it. Let's say you are successful right now. Let's say you're doing pretty well. Your sales are pretty good right now. Like, you're selling 2 or 3 pieces a month consistently on your online social media. What would happen if you injected this into your content? Can you imagine the change? Can you imagine if, however successful you are now, you were able to double that? Yeah, I want you to go there. I want you to feel that because I want you to be motivated to make the change to be able to make this happen. Because we want you to get your amazing product in everybody's hands. That's the only way it's going to change people's lives. If you want to make a difference with your product, you've got to do everything to get it in their hands, which means that we have to create content that's going to help convert, because converting sales is how we change people's lives. Okay, so I know. So here's what I want you to commit to before we leave. I want you to put hashtag my face in the chat. I want to see this in the chat if you are willing to try to make this change, if you are going to try to implement this today. And here's the reward for commenting my face. If you comment my face, I am going to make sure that I get one of my tools to you that's going to help you. It's 15 video content ideas. So you're not going to have to come up with the idea of what it is you're supposed to do for a video. I'm going to give those to you for free. 15 video content ideas. All you have to say is hashtag my face, meaning, yes, Shauna, I'm going to commit to trying to make this happen, to do this. Yes, come on. All right. Let me know. I want to hear from you, my face. And also, if you have anything you want to talk about inside this group, you have questions about sales psychology and how it can help you with the sales, please post it in the group. I would love to hear from you. You can also message me. Most of us are all Facebook friends here, so we can message each other. If we're not, it's probably because I haven't been able to send you a Facebook friend request. So friend request me and we will connect. All right. Talk to you later. Bye, everyone.